Meine Damen und Herren, Sie genießen hier Ihren Besuch an diesem herrlichen Freitagnachmittag. Sind wir zu Gast bei der Zurich Youth Masters 2024. Beginnen in gut 10 Minuten dann mit einem weiteren Leckerbissen unserer Veranstaltung. Ja, Sie kommen wiederum in den Genuss eines FEI Jumping Nations Cup in der Kategorie Youth. Und in diesem Sinne möchte ich Sie im Namen der FEI hier bei uns in Dielsdorf-Zurich auf das herzlichste Willkommen heißen. On behalf of the FEI, welcome to Dielsdorf-Zurich for the final leg of the FEI Jumping Nations Cup Youth Season 2024. It is with great anticipation that we await to discover the young talents which will be competing here in the coming days and the next few hours. FEI Jumping Nations Cup Youth, this series is an essential building block for our sport, teaching young athletes the importance of teamwork and companionship, all while allowing them to gain experience at international level. Over the 2024 season, we have 9 qualifiers following, which the best teams per region will come together to fight it out for the highest step of the podium at the final in Lier, Belgium, from the 11th to the 15th of September. The FEI Jumping Nations Cup Youth Series offers a unique opportunity for our young stars to represent their nation, create unforgettable memories, and a fire for future international representation and success. Thank you to the organizers, partners, volunteers and officials for providing the next generation of athletes with such an incredible platform to showcase their talent. We wish every nation competing here in Dielsdorf-Zurich the very, very best of luck. Das ist die Großbotschaften der FEI, denen wir uns alle sehr gerne anschließen. Freuen wir uns auf ein weiteres sportliches Highlight. Wir starten in 10 Minuten. Schön sind Sie alle hier, Zurich Youth Masters. Auch dieser FEI Nations Cup Youth in der Kategorie der Children in 2 Runden ausgetragen, dazwischen eine In-Between-Class für diejenigen Reiterinnen und Reiter, welche nicht mit Nationen bereits starten. Wir werfen hier einen Blick auf die Parcours-Skizze von Retrovin und Gregory Roland und Team. Der Parcours 12 Hindernisse, 15 Sprünge, verteilt auf eine Bahnlänge, die zur erlaubten Zeit von 87 Sekunden führt. Time allowed in the next class 87 seconds. We'll have this course 12 obstacles, 15 efforts. Let's right up to 1 minute 30. Danken wir uns bereits an der Stelle beim Flughafen Zürich die großzügige Dotation dieser weiteren Etappe FEI Jumping Nations Cup Youth. Also noch 8 Minuten bis zum ersten Start der FEI Jumping Nations Cup Youth. Blick auf die Startliste. 5 Equipen werden um den Einzug in den Final Mitte September in belgischen Lier sportlich kämpfen. Gewinnen wird Titelverteidigernation die Schweiz mit Chef d'Equipe Coninos, die sind gut drauf. Dann folgt Frankreich, La France mit Chef d'Equipe Olivier Post. Sind das die Sieger hier von Dielsdorf aus dem Jahre 2022. So blicken wir auf die Drittstartenden Italiener mit Piero Quarta. Sehr erfolgreich, auch hier in den letzten beiden Jahren jeweils Drittrangierte hier bei uns. Dann folgt Deutschland, sie waren Zweite im vergangenen Jahr. Und den Abschluss machen wieder die Kollegen von Irland mit Chef d'Equipe Jake Kerman. Also bereits an der Stelle allen Reiterinnen und Reitern das notwendige Wettkampfglück. Nice to have you all here. Wish the very best of luck to our competitors. We'll start in around about 6 minutes. Wissen Sie bereits, Parkour wurde aufgebaut von unserem bewährten Parkourbauer-Team unter der Leitung von Reto Hoflin, Gregory Roller. Darf ich Ihnen die internationale Jury bekannt machen, bestehend aus Stefanie Müller aus Deutschland, Alfred K. Boll, Schweiz und Foreign Judge und Vertreter der FEI ist unser Kollege Patrick Schobert. Zeitmessung gewährleistet wie immer Events und am Mikrofon werden Sie weiterhin begleitet auch durch diesen FEI Jumping Cup Youth von Michael Hungerbühler. In wenigen Augenblicken geht's los. and gentlemen, welcome back. Zurich Youth Masters 2024. Der Präsident des Organisationskomitees, Yvonne Valmos, und das ganze Team heißt Sie herzlich willkommen. Weitere Etappe FEI Jumping Nations Cup Youth steht auf dem Programm. 5 Nationen kämpfen um den Sieg und den Einzug zum Finale in Belgien in Lier Mitte September. Vor dem ersten Start, obligate Dank den großzügigen Vereinspendern, steht dieser FEI Jumping Nations Cup Youth unter dem Patronat des Flughafen Zürich.
Very warm welcome, everybody. Delighted to have you with us here at the Zurich Youth Masters of 2024. It is the Nations Cup competition here, this FEI Jumping Youth Nations Cup series, the last of what has been the most magnificent season yet again. Seeing the great youth talents from across Europe competing, of course, all looking to head to the final in Lier in Belgium next month. It's the last opportunity for those in the Children's Nations Cup series to play their part before that final, and we're looking forward to it. 5 nations represented here today with teams of 4. Of course, the home team for Switzerland, who already stood on top of the podium a little earlier in the juniors. France, Italy, Germany and Ireland all involved as well. So 2 rounds of jumping. Again, times, or I should say totals of the teams, the best 3 of their 4 scores from each round. Certainly it was a fascinating junior competition. I have no doubt it'll be much the same here with the children. So let's get started with Matilda Larsen, the home team drawn first with Dover 9. Been a big part of the teams this year, including those European Championships last month in the Netherlands. They're on the Nations Cup team that finished 2nd in Hagen in June. From the water tray, or I should say water jump, down to this delicate little plank. And she's come inside. A bit short coming out over the second part of that, or the third and final part, the second of the strides in those lines, that combination line. Great start here from Matilda Larsen. Safe and sound. What a great way to start for the Swiss. They'll be over the moon. After the win earlier, the team will have confidence from what they saw the juniors do. The children now following suit and getting a 0 score. Absolutely perfectly judged and ridden from the 2 of them. Well done to Dover and well done to Matilda Larsen. So we move our attention to France, and Louise Brognier riding Fipili de Forêt as the first of the team out for France. New still to the international sport, having only ridden previously in Bustorizio internationally. That was back in May, so making their debut here on a French team. Ooh, a little bit deep. Big day, big moment, big chance. Yeah, she almost did that at the fence before, just chipping in a little one, just ending up getting committed slightly too deep. The water jump, as it is now, has got the poles over it. Did well to find a stride to the plank, because it looked like she was just getting a little bit quick, and she'll want to be a bit careful coming out of the combination. Middle goes. Doesn't like the wall though. Those wood shavings scared 1 or 2 today. to just do with the fact that she just lost a little bit of the control. Well, France will know that this, for whatever reason, can be held as a discard for the moment. Well, over the 87-second time allowed considerably there, and that bringing with it a helping of time penalties and jumping to combine up to a score of 48, unfortunately, for the first of the French riders. So, but all important really is getting around, because otherwise you start to perhaps risk the team's elimination. You never quite know what will happen. You have the chance then to come back as well in that second round. Now, Jever Arika riding Blueberry Dielsdorf-Zurich. This is the first of the riders for Italy. Italy in the juniors a little earlier today were leading after the first round, and sadly they ran into that elimination problem in the second round and ended up at the bottom of the pile, which was a big flip from what we'd seen in round one. This is a combination that won a class in Italy back in May in the children's CSIO. Getting what I think is their first chance to jump on the Nations Cup team here today. Really riding with a lot of confidence and class. Could well be our second clear round, and it is indeed the second clear round. So the Italians, following what the Swiss have done, giving us a clear with their opening rider. So off to a super start there. Well done, Ginevra Arika and Blueberry Dielsdorf-Zurich. And as I say, I believe that to be their Nations Cup debut. So what a way to start their career together in teams. So still two more riders to go in the opening rotation, because we've still got two more nations to go. The first of those two is Germany. This is Lenny Hassan riding Lemiro. First out the Pathfinder for Team Germany. Getting their debut chance on the team. Put in some strong rounds in Lemiro, on Lemiro, in Compiègne and in Hagen. That is a shame. They'd gone very well, and then it's the second from home. Hopefully they can keep the last fence up. Time and ad looks okay, so It is just the 4. It's that penultimate fence, number 11, we see go down on their Nations Cup debut. That partnership only started jumping internationally together at the sort of springtime part of this year. Well, one more to go in the opening rotation of rider. One more team we have not seen, and it is Team Ireland. Henry Sinnott is the first rider with Ridge Douglas Lady. Another that is making his team debut for Ireland. He did ride at the youth meeting in Belgium at Enclabique back in April. Now getting a chance to compete on the team. It's a shame Ridden didn't do a huge amount wrong, but sadly just a little touch and down that pole goes. Nice jump over the water. He'd been riding with nice rhythm and control to the round. Might just have to be a little bit cautious with the pace he's riding at over that time allowed. I think he probably will be okay, but 87 seconds will come round soon enough. And there's another 4 to add. He is going to get time penalties. He's going to get quite a few time penalties, unfortunately. It is over 5 seconds over the time allowed, so it's 6 on the clock. And with the jumping, that combines to a total of 14 there. But you know, it's about taking these opportunities, building that experience, and using these rounds to learn for the future. And Henry there with Ridge Douglas Lady, I'm sure will be looking forward already to coming back in the next round of jumping a little bit later on. So we've seen one rider go from each of the teams. The Swiss and Italian teams will be delighted because both of their opening riders went clear. What can their second riders do? Let's start with the second rotation to find out, because now we're back with Switzerland. Jordan Skarabovkov riding Kill Sari Crescendo. Jordan, who rode on the Pony European team with Parco at the end of last month. Swiss team finishing in 6th place. Well, they certainly are having a tremendous run, these Swiss riders, because that is another clear round. So 2 out of 2 so far. Well done to Jordan. I mean, if you add in the final 3 rounds of their junior team, that's 5 clears in a row for the Swiss. It really is going to plan here at home, which will be tremendous news for the watching crowd as well. The support here, of course, out in strength to support the home riders, but there's plenty of support, to be honest, for all of the riders. Now the turn of Lilou Arabakai riding FEI Momen Parchavet. The next up by Contendro. Now France do need a big performance from this partnership if possible, with that 48 scored by Louise being held as a discard. And therefore fences falling already, counting towards what will be France's best potential score. A little bit sticky over the water, but on the 8 at the moment. Wall, there's shavings, bales. 16 as they come into. Oh no, they've run past the last. Oh, this is such a shame for the French team. It really hasn't worked for them today, and that is going to be elimination. Disappointment. Again, it's such a difficult thing to come in on these teams sometimes when you haven't quite had that experience before. Sometimes things can work against you, and it's worked that way for the French today, but they can continue to learn and build. 48 though now moves on to being a score that is at the moment the best possible for France. Well, Italy will want to keep up with the Swiss if they can, but after all, Italy had a clear round from their opening rider, and they get a clear round from their second rider here in the Zurich Youth Masters, the CHIO CH for Children Nations Cup. The clear coming from Ginevra. Now the turn of Malia Manetti riding VDL Group Jennifer by the great Verdi TN. Started with this ride internationally back in May of this year. Doing very well at home in Italy, in Pistoruzio, in the youth event there back in May. Well, so far so good, but it's not done yet. It's quite a long course, relatively. A lot of space between the fences before you get into these lines. Well, at the moment, the thing I think they've got to worry about the most is the time. They're going to get very, very tight to the time. Are they going to be in or out? They're in by just 0.3 of a second, but it is inside the time allowed, and it is another clear for the Italians, which means they, like Switzerland, have 2 clears from 2 riders. So a really strong start. It's a head-to-head battle at the moment between Italy and Switzerland. Superb stuff here. Germany, though, will go next. Of course, their first rider, Lenny Hansen, picking up a score of 4. So if they want to stay in the mix for a 0 score, they definitely need clear rounds. Or at least clear here would also start to make sure they weren't dropping too far away. So Laetitia Gas goes next for Germany. Guadulia N. Gives the second fence a bit of a rattle. Another, I believe, that's on a team debut here this week. Johnson, good rounds in Samarin back in May, including having a winning round there in the children's classes. That's a shame. Again, not really getting anything wrong, but sadly was just touching that front rail in the middle of the combination, so the team now on that score of 4. So with the 8 there, it's 4 in all for the team as a best potential score. Pushing them one fence behind, but that could yet open up a little bit more, we'll see. So to the final rider in the second rotation. The 4 rotations, 4 riders, 4 rotations in each team. This is the turn of Ireland's Misha Lennon, Anthem in My Heart. My records are correct. This is their first international outing, and therefore, of course, first chance to see them on a Irish team as well. So they finish with a total of 5, just that single time penalty to add on as well. And that will be the score that Ireland at the moment will sit on. 5 penalties there for Misha Lennon and Anthem in My Heart. So, halfway through round 1, clear a piece for Switzerland and Italy. So now we're back with the Swiss and Annick Michel riding Gaporia de Namen. So we're looking to try and make it 3 in a row and guarantee the 0 score going in to the second round. That won't be the case. I'll have to see what happens with their final rider. Another part of the European team, that with Destin a few weeks back. Well, they did really well to get over the wall. Can they recover this? Oh, absolutely brilliant. Well ridden, Anik. And she still looks like she's going to get in on the clock. I have to say, really well ridden down the middle there. Made the correction, gave the horse the confidence, and kept going. Lovely to watch, but it is, at the end of it all, a score of 4. So, for the moment, that means that Switzerland stay potentially on 0. At worst, it will be 4, though, so certainly having put in some really good rounds. It's all gone the wrong way for France so far in this Children's Nations Cup. Chloe Kalkas looking to try and steady the ship a little here for a team that have had a 48 score and elimination. So this is Beline Dream. Jumped on the Nations Cup team in Italy. That was back in May when they finished in 4th place, and that goes down. Well, they've kept their head for the moment, still on the 4. Just the one fence to go. Certainly a good round. France needed, just as I said, to steady the ship a little bit. That will count, but far improved scores. So that moves them on now to a score of 52. But it is just 4 there for Chloe Kalkas and Beline Dream. The next to go is Cecilia Speranza. This is for Italy. Again, the Italians who have been going so well in this Nations Cup so far. William Crozi. Two clears at the moment. Again, we know that's what the Swiss had done, and then they had their third rider pick up 4. So realistically, Italy ideally want the clear. At worst, they want a 4. They'll still be able to rely on their final rider. I'm sure they'd like the safety net of nothing worse than a 4 here from these two. Back round to the water. Nice jump over that. Well, the Italian team putting in perfect rounds so far until I speak, say that, and then suddenly it's 4. But that, as I said, is just matching up with the Swiss. They really didn't want to be on worse than 4. So what they're guaranteed now, the Italians, is either a share of the lead or they'll only be 1 fence behind, depending on how things change with the last riders. So for the score. For the moment, though, the Italians and the Swiss team could yet finish on 0. Meanwhile, the next team to go being Team Germany. At the moment, at best they could achieve is a score of 4. They're holding a discard of 8. Here they go. This is Mette Demle riding Can Jump 2. Jumped in the Nations Cup in Zurich back in April. Had a win together in Hagen at the start of the month. To the wall. It's that wall again that catches another rider out, this time for Germany. Counting score moves the German team on to 8 for the moment. Safely along the time for the score. So that counts, and it goes, as I've mentioned, to 8. Still within 2 fences of the lead. Still, though, one more team to go in this rotation. Well, the bell has already gone, so we're ready to get going with Ariel Allen riding Candice Z. Ireland, who at best could finish on a score of 5. Another of the team debutants for Ireland. Right, combination behind it. But sadly, it's the back rail that's down behind it at the end of that line. Ireland, whose discard score at the moment is a 14, know this counts. So it is 4, and it moves the team on to a total of 9. Therefore, 1 penalty still behind Team Germany. So with 1 rider to go left in each of these teams, and this of course will give us the scores for round 1. We'll come back later for round 2. Switzerland and Italy could yet both finish on a 0 score. Germany on 8, could be. Ireland on 9, and 52 for France.
Bekanntlich sehr erfolgreich gestartet. 2x0, 1x4 Punkte. Abschluss macht eine Siegerin hier beim diesjährigen Zurich Youth Masters. Das Pferd Borussia.
So this is the turn now of Borussia. And this is Hori Larena Stella. We're back with Team Switzerland now, who need a clear to guarantee the 0 score. But if fence does go, as we've said, it's at worst going to be a score of 4. This is a combination that put together on the Children's European Championship team in Vilbergen in the Netherlands in July. Well done. Well, we're all holding our breath. We're all on the edge of our seats, all waiting to see what would happen. And the Swiss are on fire here at home. They really are looking to try and do the double in the Nations Cup today. With the clears coming earlier to secure the junior title now, and the children's, they are guaranteed that 0 score. It's locked, it's done, it's finished. Round 1 is over for them. And 3 clears and a 4, so they get the 0, discarding the 4. Next to go, it is for France. This is going to be Marcus Kozlaneski riding Joachim, a team that has yet scored 52. Stayed up, fingers crossed. This would be such a great final round for the French team with Marcus. Time is good, just jump this last, and there we have it. France do get a 0 score on the board. For that final rider, they get the clear. Unfortunately, having already fallen down the order with that score of 52 now can confirm, but that, 2 strong rounds at the end. Especially that one from Marcus and Joachim. 3 more to go. 3 left. And this now is for a share of the lead. This is the Italians. Of course, at worst, it could be a score of 4 and 1 fence behind Switzerland, but they've got the chance to go level with the Swiss, but they need a clear round. There's no other way to go level than getting a clear here from Martina Bianchi riding Gashka Kavat Z. First time on an Italian team, and so far you can see why they're getting their chance. Oh, what a brilliant, brilliant competition this is setting up for round 2. We get another clear. The Italians have followed suit with the Swiss. They are on 0. 2 teams will be level at the top when we come back in that second round. Still 2 to go in this round, but those of you following will be back as well at 4 o'clock with the second round of jumping. But that is a cracker. Absolutely brilliant. Well done to the partnership there. So Italy with Martina Bianchi. Next to go is Team Germany, trying to battle with Ireland for the podium slot of third. It's the turn now, Germany. This will be Mia Merenheit riding Abe the second. Well, fingers crossed everybody's okay. Horse is fine, but inevitably everybody just going out to check the rider, as you would expect. Such disappointment. Well, that is a shame. Hugely disappointing end, and fingers crossed everybody is okay. I can see the medics already. There they are. They're en route to make sure that any medical attention is administered quickly. But there is, as I say, is a fabulous team around this arena. And some great facilities here as well. Seems slightly irrelevant, but just for the reference, it's 16 where Germany will sit in terms of a score. There is one more to go because we have the final rider still to come from Ireland. But there is obviously going to be a short pause, so we'll just bear with that for a moment or two, and we'll come back with that last rider.
Herren, zumindest glücklich. Wir meinen in guten Händen zu wissen, auf dem Weg im Spital. Wir drücken die Daumen, wir sagen gute Besserung und insbesondere wir sagen auch besten Dank an Beteiligten für die professionelle Ruhe, vorgenommene Pflege. Vielen Dank. Ohne an der Stelle pietätlos auftreten zu wollen, Wiederaufnahme der Prüfung in 10 Minuten. Restart from this class in 10 minutes. Thank you very much. Gerne teilen wir Ihnen auch mit zur Beruhigung, dass wir zumindest auf eigenen Beinen die Ambulanz betreten konnte. Aus Sicherheitsüberlegungen zu weiteren Abklärungen nun ins Spital gefahren wird. Sehr gerne wiederhole ich nochmals unsere Genesungswünsche auf dem Weg. Wir haben Sie auf dem Laufenden, sind guter Dinge, was die Genesung von mir meiner betrifft, sind mit Ferndiagnosen immer sehr vorsichtig. Vielen Dank für Ihr Verständnis. Meine Damen und Herren, nach der Kippe Nummer 5 Irland mit der abschließenden Reiterin, welche dann diesen ersten Umgang mit FEI Jumping Nations Cup Youth, Abteilung der Children, vollziehen wird. Wir blicken zur Überbrückung der verbleibenden Zeit bis zur Wiederaufnahme auf das Zwischenklassement. Die Schweiz führt mit 0 Punkten. Die ist mit Italien zusammen, welche ebenfalls mit 0 Punkten diesen ersten Umgang abschließen. Dann Deutschland mit 16 und Frankreich aktuell mit 52 Punkten. Und wie gesagt, Irland verbleibt noch. Sie haben 14, 5 und 4 Zähler auf dem Konto mit einer Blanko-Runde, welche wir abschließend den Reiterin von Irland wünschen. Streichen wir die 14 und Irland würde so den ersten Umgang mit 9 Punkten abschließen. Wie gesagt, in 8 Minuten fahren wir fort. Dann gleich nach dieser abschließenden Reiterin für Irland werden wir die In-Between-Prüfung durchführen, ohne Unterbruch, ohne Platzpflege. Gleich geht es weiter dann. Sind die Reiterinnen und Reiter, welche nicht in diesem FEI Jumping Nations Cup Youth teilnehmen, nach der letzten Reiterin dann mit einem kurzen Unterbruch, maximal 5 Minuten, fahren wir mit der In-Between-Prüfung fort. There is just a short break between this first round from the FEI Jumping Nations Cup Youth to the in-between class, just a short break, around about 5 minutes. warten wir für Irland noch Mathilde Hughes Bravo. Das ist die Schwester von Martha Hughes, welche bereits mit dem irischen Team den zweiten Schlussrang, den guten zweiten Schlussrang.
Welcome back. Thank you for your patience if you've bared with us. And of course, there is still one further round, all-important round to be jumped in this Nations Cup. We, of course, send our best wishes to Mia, and I hope that she'll be all okay. Fabulous medical team and team here, ensuring she's received some excellent treatment, and as of course we'll have all of the relevant precautionary checks. But it means that we've just had to wait, and it wouldn't have been easy for Mathilde here, Mathilde Hughes Bravo, because of course she's had to go out and come back in again. Having warmed up once, she's had to warm up again. It's not something that is ideal, but it's also not completely unusual. It happens. This is Miss Belgium the third, Miss Mare by Desenet. Ireland sort of in third place currently, trying to stay there as well, ahead of Germany, who have rounded into a final score of 16 in this round. Ireland could yet finish on a score of 9, but they need a clear from this last combination to be able to do that. And of course we'll then have a break before we have the second round of riders. We'll wait and find out if there's a change of times, because of course the individuals have to jump next. Ooh! Just went and put in that little short stride, ended up too deep. What a shame. Time will be fine, she'll get in, but it is 8. Mathilde Hughes Bravo, and Miss Belgium the third as the last to go for Ireland, the last to go for this opening round to bring them up to a score of 17, so one behind the team from Germany who finished on 16. Of course, we know that France have had a difficult day and have dropped out of the orders, but it's going to be fascinating in the second round. It really is, because Switzerland and Italy both coming back on a 0 score. The head-to-head will continue in round 2. There is, of course, the individuals to jump first, and then we can come back with that second round just as soon as we're able to. I have a feeling it'll be running a smidgen later than it was originally planned, although at the moment I still haven't been made aware of a time, but it was due to originally start at about 20 minutes. So we don't see that quite happening. I think it'll be a little bit behind that in terms of time. But as soon as it is, we will be here as well, live with you on FEI TV to see who's going to come out on top. Will it be Switzerland again? Can Italy fight their way back into the top spot and make up for what happened in the juniors a little earlier? There's lots of questions to answer. We'll find out when we come back with a second round here live on FEI TV.
Augenblicken, Ladies and Gentlemen, meine Damen und Herren, weiter mit dieser In-Between-Class nach Table 8 against the Clock, Nummer 15, unter dem Patron von Sportstall Hoch internationale Springprüfung in der Alterskategorie der Children ausgetragen, über 1,30 Meter. Exactly the same course, class, between class, Table 8 against the Clock. Frequency still up to 1 meter and 30. Wir erwarten die 16 Paare. Have 16 competitors in the next class. Steht unter dem Patronat von Sportstall Bruch. An der Stelle das herzlichste Dankeschön für die großzügige Dotation. Willkommen zurück beim Pferdesport an diesem Freitagnachmittag, meine Damen und Herren. Diese In-Between-Class in wenigen Augenblicken fahren die Vorprüfung Nummer 15 unter dem Patronat vom Stallbuch. Bedanken wir uns auf das Herzlichste für die großzügige Dotation. Paradedecke für das siegreiche Pferd von Tommy Hilfiger Equestrian. Bedanken uns für die Schleifen bei Hypona. Diverse Ehrenpreise an der Stelle verdankt bei Gottlieber Hüppen und bei Ihrem Porsche Zentrum in Winterthur. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back Zurich Youth Masters 2024. This in-between class, table against the clock, fences are right up to 1 meter and 30. Da erwarten wir 16 Reiterinnen und Reiter. We'll have this next class 16 competitors. Wish the very best of luck to all competitors. Somit, meine Damen und Herren, sind Sie mit den wesentlichen Informationen versorgt. Ehrenvolle Aufgabe, den Preis vom Stallbuch zu eröffnen, gebührt wie gewohnt der laufenden Nummer 1. In diesem Fall, wir begrüßen Kitra de la Chiesa, 14 Jahre alt von Tango van der YouTube und Beatrice Dalzini from Italy. Very best of luck. Let's go. Auf der Zeit immer noch die 87 Sekunden. Time out still 87 seconds. feinen Award. Bleibt bei den 4 Punkten und bleibt bei der feinen Runde. 4 punti di penalità, 4 faults. 7 seconds per Paris. Dal senior de la Chiesa. Countdown läuft, wir freuen uns auf Slalom de Mer. Ist 18 Jahre Erfahrung bereits von Dieu, die vorher bei der Ramache gezogen, geritten von Joy Mayotte-Briand, La France. Bonne Chance! Parcours sans faute für Joy Mayotte-Briand, Slalom de Mer, 80 secondes, 86 centièmes. Elle prend la tête du classement provisoire. Félicitations! Konzentration für das nächste Paar bei uns in Ocean. 10-jährig von Presley Boy, mal Katschube du Ruhe. Geritten von Isabel Kühner, Germany, Deutschland. Well done. Gratulation, Führungswechsel. Race in der Bergkühner Ocean. 74,57 Sekunden. Was für eine feine Leistung. A clear up new leader time. 74,57 seconds. Deutschland führt. Countdown läuft für Bota Gandalf. Ist 17-jährig von Casus Malkarabit gezogen. Vorgestellt von Marta Maria Alghisi from Italy. Vittoria del Sistia, at your rear, medial special insieme da punti 8 punti di penalità, 83 Sekunden, ein Penalty ist 83.4 seconds. Das sechste, meine Damen und Herren, von insgesamt 16 startenden Paaren in dieser In-Between-Class bei uns. Hier ist 8-jährig von Galopin du Violet als Surcouf de Rebelle, ist Gandali de Maha, geritten von Ines Waterloo. La France, bonne chance. Derby für Ines Waterloo und Candali de Maha, die 8 Punkte und unter diesem Point de Penalité 81, 19, 80 Sekunden ist ein Centième. Wir haben jetzt 2 strafpunktfreie Runden, Deutschland, Fraser Isabel Kühner und Frankreich, Joey Maillot Briot. Countdown läuft, wir freuen uns auf Cyprian 6, ist 14-jährig von Cash bei Cascavel und aus Italien Elena Paschini. Viel Erfolg. Das war ein feiner Parcours von Elena Paschini, Cyprian 6 mit 12 Punkten, 4 auf dem Parcours, 8 für die Zeit, 94,29 Sekunden, a total of 12 penalties. 4 for jumping in, for proceeding time allowed, 94 to 9 seconds. Dann läuft der Countdown bereits für das nächste Paar im internationalen Springen von Stallbuch. Zu uns ist gekommen, 9-jähriger Nachfolger von Trésor Valvirement de Séville, hört auf den Namen Fardi du Châtelier, geritten von Lara Frotte, Schweiz. Für Lara Frotte und Fardi du Châtelier bei den 12 Punkten 79,92 Sekunden en total 12 points de pénalité. 79 secondes 82 centièmes. Global Touch, meine Damen und Herren, in die Bahn gekommen ist 9 Jahre alt von Global Express BDL im Sattel Daphne Lessing, la Suisse. Ergebnis von Daphne Lessing und Global Touch, wir notieren die 4 Punkte 79, 77 und total 4 points de pénalité, 79 secondes, 77 centièmes. Startfreigabe erfolgte bereits für Carrera M, 9 Jahre alt, Cascalido mal Colibri, das Pedigree, vorgestellt von Maximilian Kögler aus Deutschland, from Germany. Vögler und Carrera F reihen sich ein in die Liste der Startpunktvereine. Der Platz 3 aktuell, well done, 82,80 Sekunden, and out clear round 52,807. Third place, so far, well done. So verbleiben zumindest nach einer Startliste bereits von Startpunkt 5 Paare. Für Sie vorbereitet, Saturn, 9-jährig von Sandokan, Mark Mailand, Löcke, Schweiz. Wir notieren das Endergebnis von Meiler, Wöcke und Saturn. Das da lautet 27 Punkte, 8 aus dem Bamboo, 19 für die Zeit, 105, 19 total. 27 penalties for jumping 19 for exceeding time allowed, 105.9 seconds. So freuen wir uns, meine Damen und Herren, noch auf 4 weitere Paare im Preis vom Stahlbuch. Accordino bei uns, 16-jährig von Accodento, Malcanturo und Ronja Alaimo, Schweiz. Endergebnis Ronja Alaimo Accordino 12 Punkte, 81,94 Sekunden, a total of 12 penalties, 81.9 seconds. 3 Paare noch aufstehend. Lotje Hiddink ist der Startariant von Grando Ramo TN. Mal Cannabis Z im Sattel Cherry Delphi Machinas für Italien. So bleibt es für Sherry Delphi Machina Lockchain bei den 4 Punkten. 4 punti di penalty von Falls 81.6 2 seconds. Zwei Paare verbleiben. Blick aufs Zwischenklassement. Deutschland führt mit Grace Isabel Kühner, vor Frankreich mit Charles Maillot Briand, dann Deutschland auf der 3 Maximilian Köber, Italien mit Beatrice Dalzini auf der 4, 5. Zwischenrang Daphne Lessin und die 6 jetzt eben gesehen Italien Sherry Delphi. Start freigegeben, 12-jährig von Capirosta Malitas gezogen, hört auf den Namen Capero, geritten von Charlotte Margareta Brixen, Deutschland, Germany. Auch Charlotte Margareta Rixen und Capero nicht nur zum Vergnügen hier. Aktuell Platz 4, 84,11 clear run. First place so far, 84.11 seconds. Und den Abschluss im Bereich vom Startpunkt vollziehen wir mit Lestago, 10-jährig von Levistomal Cartago und im Sack Lucrezia Rangone, Italy. eine feine Leistung zum Abschluss dieser Prüfung. Kein Springfehler, kein Zeitfehler, 89,3 Sekunden. Lucrezia Rangone und Lestago auf dem 5. Schlussrang. Well done. Gratulation. Somit ist die Entscheidung gefallen. Siegerpaar im Preis vom Stahlbuch erkoren. Sie kommen aus Deutschland und heißen Grace Isabel Köhner and Ocean. Herzliche Gratulation zu diesem tollen Erfolg. Wie gewohnt, wir gratulieren persönlich. Anlässlich der Preisverteilung und Siegerehrung findet in wenigen Augenblicken statt. Sie sind dazu herzlich eingeladen. Ich werde auch hier applaudieren. Wir erwarten mit den Pferden Grace Isabel Köhner Ocean, dann Joy Mayor Brillant Slalom de Mer, Maximilian Köhler Carrera, Charlotte Margareta Wexen Capero, Lucrezia Rangone Lestago und Beatrice Lanzini mit Kintra de la Chiesa. Vom Startbuch empfangen wir die Sieger und Top-Platzierten zur Preisverteilung. Please come in prize giving. Vom Startbuch Internationale In-Between-Class nach Fehlern und Zeit. Meine Damen und Herren, herzlich willkommen zur Preisverteilung und zur Siegerehrung. der Zurich Masters 2024 bedanken wir uns ganz herzlich beim Stall Puch für die großzügige Ausstattung dieser internationalen Springprüfung. Im Weiteren verdanken wir Ehrenpreise für das siegreiche Paar bei Ihrem Flughafen hier in Zürich. Mit Freude begrüßen wir Frau Bettina Hieber als Vertreterin vom Flughafen in Zürich. Herzlichen Dank, Frau Bettina Hieber, für Ihre Großzügigkeit, welche Sie den Zurich Youth Masters entgegenbringen. Und ebenso herzlichen Dank für Ihre Zeit, dass Sie dabei sind, und Glückwünsche und den Ehrenpreis vom Flughafen in Zürich persönlich überbringen. Im Weiteren wird diese Preisverteilung und Siegerehrung vorgenommen. Organisationskomitee, vertreten durch Herrn Pedro Mohr. Glückwünsche der internationalen Jury überbringt Frau Brigitta Gass. Sie allesamt sind begleitet von unserer charmanten Ehrendame Seraina Loy. Wir verdanken die Paradedecke für das siegreiche Pferd bei Tommy Hilfiger in Kestrien, sagen Dankeschön für Plaketten bei Maria Milani-Scherbakow, schleifen eine Spende von Hypona und Ehrenpreise. Für die Reiter geht der Dank an Gottlieber Hüppen und für die Ehrenpreise für die Pferde bei Ihrem Porsche-Zentrum in Winterthur wir uns herzlich bedanken. Gewonnen, meine Damen und Herren, wird der Preis vom Stall Puch. Fehlerfrei, schnelle Runde, 54,57 Sekunden von Ocean und aus Deutschland Grace Isabel Kühner. Herzliche Gratulation, Grace Isabel Kühner, zu diesem tollen Erfolg, meine Damen und Herren. Mit viel Freude, mit Respekt erheben wir uns alle von unseren Plätzen zu Ehren der Siegerin Grace Isabel Kühner. Ertönt die deutsche Nationalhymne. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you can for the national anthem of Germany. Herzliche Gratulation, Grace Isabel Kühner und ihr Pferd Ocean. Ihren Preisübergabe. Wir begrüßen als Vertreterin des Flughafens Zürich Frau Bettina Giger. Das Organisationskomitee vertritt Herr Pedro Mohr, unsere Ehrendame Seraina Loy. Glückwünsche der internationalen Jury Frau Brigitta Gass. Wie immer werden die schönsten Momente der Zurich Youth Masters vom Team Stupia festgehalten. www.stupia.com, der Weg zum Glück. Bitte recht freundlich, Bilder gehen um die Welt. Zeigen Sie sich sportlich, meine Damen und Herren. Applaudieren Sie auch für die Zweitrangierte. Da stehen Slalom de Mer und aus Frankreich Joy-Maillot Briand. Félicitations! Platz 3 geht fehlerfrei 82,80 Sekunden nach Deutschland. Da stehen Karina M. und Maximilian Kögler. Und ja klar, selbstverständlich applaudieren wir auch für die vierte Rangierte ebenfalls aus Deutschland, Charlotte Margareta Rexel und Capero. Schlussrang Nummer 5 unter ihrem Applaus nach Italien vergeben wir an Lestago und Lucrezia Rangone. Felicitazione! Und auch die Sechstplatzierte belohnen wir mit einem herzlichen Applaus. Kitra de la Chiesa, gerettet von Beatrice Dalzini, Italy. Meine Damen und Herren, die Preisverteilung und die Siegerehrung unter dem Patronat von Stahlbuch. Wir bedanken uns auf das Herzlichste. Der Dank geht an Frau Bettina Giger vom Flughafen Zürich, an Tommy Hilfiger Equestrien. Wir bedanken uns bei Maria Milani Scherbakow, Hypona, schließen Gottlieb Hüppen und das Porsche-Zentrum in Winterthur mit ein. Wir gratulieren nochmals der verdienten Siegerin Grace Isabel Kühner aus Deutschland mit Ocean sowie allen weiteren Klassierten und Rangierten, welche wir wie gewohnt auf der Ehrenrunde mit dem verdienten Applaus belohnen. Das gehört sich so. Wir sind bereit. Let's go! Grace Isabel Kühner, Ocean, Scheinmayo, Prios Madame de Mer, Maximilian Köhler, Carrera, Charlotte Margareta Rexel, Capero, Lucrezia Rangone, Lestago und Beatrice Dalzini, Kitra. Augenblicken, geschätzte Besucherinnen und Besucher hier bei der Zurich Youth Masters. Starten wir mit dem zweiten Umgang, FEI Jumping Nations Cup Youth. 5 Nationen immer noch dabei kämpfen um den Sieg und um den Finaleinzug. Mitte September im belgischen Lier. Blicken wir auf den Zwischenstand nach Runde 1. Es wird in umgekehrter Reihenfolge gestartet. Wir begrüßen zuerst Frankreich mit 52 Punkten, dann Irland, stehen auf 17, Equipe Deutschland mit 16 und dann die beiden Top-Equipen Schweiz und Italien mit einem Blanko-Konto. In wenigen Augenblicken geht's los unter dem Patronat des Flughafen Zürich. Schön sind Sie alle weiterhin hier.
Welcome back, everybody. Delighted to have you with us live on FEI TV. Here we go with the second round, the deciding round of this Nations Cup, the CHIO for the children, the second round for these teams that return, and it's very finely balanced for the win. We have both the Swiss and the Italian teams on 0 scores. We then have a very tight battle behind them between Germany on 16 and Ireland on 17. Sadly, France have dropped back a bit with that score of 52 in the opening round. I think we're just about set. Just to remind you, the time allowed is set at 87 seconds. We're going to go with Louise Brogniez first and Dielsdorf-Zurich. Had a difficult opening round with time penalties really dragging the score north, unfortunately. But hopefully that can be put behind them and they can move things forward despite having that first fence down. Unfortunately, a couple more have gone as well. That double, of course, then bringing them all the way round to the water. Still learning, sadly today, just a little bit quick, and it's that speed that unfortunately has cost them in terms of fences falling. Despite the improvement overall on the score, more fences have gone down for Louise Brogniez and Philippe Dielsdorf-Zurich. So for the moment, nothing changes because we wait to see what the remaining team riders for France can do. And of course, their final rider in the final round had a clear. Overall, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 clears from the 20 that started in the opening round. It's Ireland up next. So this is the turn of Henry Sinnott with Ridge Douglas Lady. Picked up a score of 14 in round 1. Ireland, who are just 1 penalty behind Germany starting this second round, sending their Pathfinder out again. And certainly noticeable in the likes of the Irish team, Germany as well. Great to see them giving some of the young talent an opportunity that haven't been on Nations Cups and using this final leg of the FEI Youth Series with the Europeans out the way to allow some of the less experienced, perhaps riders, but still who have got great potential, a chance to jump for their nation. And at the moment, so far so good. In fact, or is there a fence down? I think there is a fence down. Eight so far. Gives it to the 8 as they cross the line. Henry Sinnott, Ridge, Douglas Lady also bringing home a much improved score. So from that 14 to an 8 in the second round. So 17 is where they stay for the moment, as a best potential outcome. So we turn our attention from Ireland to Germany with that one penalty advantage and currently sitting on the final step of the podium. The German team now, my understanding would be that we will not be seeing Mia for obvious reasons a little later, which therefore brings Germany into line as a 3-horse team with all scores now counting, and this combination picked up 4 in the opening round. So Lenny Hansen here in Lemiro. Still clear. Comes on that inside turn. What about that? What about that? It turns out, in fact, that was Matilda Larsen, and I apologise for the confusion there, but we haven't seen the German team come forward in this round, and that was something I think, well, we will see, but they're coming forward as the second, third and fourth riders, which is where the confusion from my side's landed without the graphics. So that was Matilda Larsen. That is a double clear. That is Switzerland even, and that is perfect. I mean, they are on a roll today here at home in Zurich. So a perfect start, but Italy went round for round with them, and this combination also were clear. This then is the turn of Ginvera Arica riding Burberry des Teredrix. Chance then to do it again. So just to confirm, Germany will come forward as a team of 3, but their riders, from my understanding, will now go in the second, third and fourth rotations. That's a shame. Showing good control through the combination. Around to the walls, got a nice little rhythm going in this round. It's a shame about that one fence down so far. Ooh, almost got a little bit sticky at the wall. Keeps it to the 4. So the first of the Italian riders picking up 4. So for the moment they stay on 0, but that 4 has to be held as a discard. Guinevere and Burberry. So that concludes the first rider technically from each of the teams. Which now means we go back to France. This will be Lilou Arapaki riding FEI Neumann Parchevet. That misfortunate elimination in round 1. Bonne chance. France, another of the teams that are using the slightly newer riders, and unfortunately just really finding it difficult today. And that inexperience perhaps just shining through. Nice big jump. Now, is that it? Can we get them? Now they're up and running. Ooh dear. Again, just rode into the bottom of that, and unfortunately there was nothing else that the horse could do. So that's the second refusal, and therefore it is elimination. France's difficult day certainly hasn't got any easier. It'll move their score now on to 76. So we're going to have Ireland next up, and of course the Irish trying to challenge Germany. Germany going to come into play again in a minute. This next combination for Ireland had 1 time penalty plus 4 for jumping. With Misha Lennon, Anthem in My Heart, hopefully heading our way. I presume this is Dermot's daughter. But that is a presumption. So, Ireland's first rider in this second round, Henry Sinnott, picked up a score of 8, so that's held as the discard for the moment. These two scored 5 in round 1. Can they bring an improvement with Anthem in My Heart for Ireland, Misha Lennon? Really nicely done. Just letting the fences come to them, Misha Lennon. Something in my heart has certainly played the perfect tune. Well done. Brilliant news for the Irish. They stay, for the moment at least, on that score they started on of 17 as a best potential outcome today. So tremendous news for the Irish. Misha really delivering for them in this second round. Well, Germany coming into the equation now with Lenny Hansen and Lemiro. The first of the three, with all their scores having to count as they try to battle with Ireland for that podium spot. These two just had that one fence down in the opening round. And it's sadly already one down in this round. And again, all their scores have to count, so straight away it moves Germany on to a total of 20 because they're not able to have a discard. Well, certainly no doubt that the wall has fallen. It's not often you see a wall go down quite with such ferocity. But it is a total of 8 for the young rider from Germany there, the Children's Nations Cup, their first rider. So 8 the score, 24 now is the team total for Germany. It's not to say they can't finish on the podium, but it's certainly looking less and less likely. But we should remind ourselves Ireland do hold an 8 penalty discard at the moment. So we'll see how that all works out. Big moment though coming up for the Swiss team with Jordan Schkerabok riding Kilosari Crescendo. Another that went clear in the opening round, that of course already started with the clear from Matilda Larsen. That double clear on Dover has put the Swiss in the driving seat after the fence fell for the Italians. Double clear round and a clear right now. It's going to certainly swing any remaining odds of favourites towards the team here at home. Young Swiss jockeys really riding with some fabulous composure. They're not, at the moment at least, letting the pressure get to them. This lovely horse, jumping so well. Brilliant, Jordan. Carrosseri Crescendo goes clear. And that is 2 out of 2 in terms of the Swiss team's performance. Still then on a 0. And of course both of their first riders going not only clear but double clear over the 2 rounds. So big day for Matilda Larsen and also for Jordan Skarabrkov. So tremendous for them. The Swiss of course already with a Nations Cup win in the juniors today. And now motoring towards perhaps another one here. But this round will certainly tell us whether it could be still yet a jump off maybe, because if it's a tie at the top at the end of this round, we will have a jump off. All the riders have to come back. This is the turn, and it's gone. So already now there is a difference. The Italians are on a score of 4. Myla Manati riding VDL Group Jennifer. So despite being on the 8 as a team, it'll be 4 as a best outcome at the end of this round. The last fulls, I was about to say coming home on 12, but they actually finish on 16. It's a big discard for a combination that so brilliantly performed in that opening round with the clear, but Malia Manati has picked up 16 in this round. So the Italians holding quite a discard, I have to say. You know, this Swiss team looking ever more dominant. They could win it with their next rider if they get another clear. See what happens. Can turn our attention though to France. Not so much worried about their score because we know they've dropped down, but this is a partnership that picked up 4 in the opening round. Can they make it clear in this round? Chloe Kalkas riding Berlin Dream. Unfortunately not. So far they've kept it to 8. And 8 it'll be there for the partnership for France. Picking up 4 more than they did in that opening round. No need for me to get into the French team total. So here we go with Ireland next. Massive moment for Alan. I say massive moment with Candice Z because there is just this hint of an opportunity that they could yet turn what was 4th place at the start of this round into 2nd place by the end of it. Italy have wobbled. We know that Germany have already fallen down the order, but what can this 3rd partnership for Ireland do? They scored 4 in the opening round. Only been 3 clears so far out of the opening 10. Well, fences down, makes 2 and 8. And we know that that is an 8 that will count. They were holding an 8 penalty as a discard. So they'll drop 1 penalty behind Germany, so still with a podium as a potential finish. They pick up 12. So that, for the minute, as I say, best potential outcome, 25, brings them up onto that score of 25. But Germany, who will go next on a score of 24 with 2 riders still to go. And this combination picking up a score of 8 in the opening round. Meta Demile riding, sorry, apologies, this is Letitia Gass riding Guardiola N. On the 8 at the moment, and it counts. That'll allow the Irish back onto the podium. So giving up another 8, 7 behind Ireland, they will fall. They move back onto a score of 32. So the next round is for the Swiss. Annick Michel. This is a Paris de Reviem. Now, Annick, in fact, scored 4 in the opening round. If Annick was to jump a clear in this round, the Swiss team win. They don't need their 4th rider. Clear round to win it, a fence falls, and we go on. They could still yet win it, even with a fence, single fence down, depending on what happens to the next of the Italians. Very, very finely balanced in terms of opportunity. And with that going, it means it's not over yet. Well, Switzerland are going to have to watch on, wait and see what happens with the Italians in a moment. But that is a score of 8. It will be held as a discard, so for the moment the Swiss team remain on 0. But the worst score that they can now pick up is an 8 penalty score. The Italians, who currently sit on 4 as a score, but are holding a 16 penalty discard. If this next combination was to score 5 or more in terms of penalties, so 1 down and 1 time, or anything more than that, so Cecilia Sapranazana and William Cross have had their 1 fence. That, for the moment, would move the Italians onto a best potential score of 8, which of course is the same as the Swiss. What she can't afford to do is have another one, because if she does, the Swiss don't need to come back again. They've done it. And that is it. That fence going confirms that the Swiss will win today. They don't need their next rider. So they finish Cecilia there and Liam Crosse on a score of 8. Therefore, we move the team onto a best potential total of 12. Like I said, the Swiss have got this in the bag, but the worst total the Swiss can finish on is 8. So, congratulations. It's a double win for the Swiss today after winning the juniors earlier on, now taking the children's title as well. But the final order is not yet quite played in because Marcus Krozewski and Joachim are next up for France. And it was a real fill up for the team with their round in the first round, because they of course jumped that one clear round, the only clear for France. Now, where are they? So here they come, getting ready to go, just waiting for the bell.
Zeitmessung wieder kalibriert. Let's go auf die Reise. Joachim und Markus Konzewski, Frankreich.
So Marcus Krozewski now in Joachim, last to go for the team from France. But from a personal standpoint, really trying to achieve the double clear after that lovely clear in the opening round. Around to the combination, the plank had gone, but with it, the double clear chance already gone. Well, there we have it. Marcus and Joachim there on a total of 12. So that wraps things up for the team from France, which means they finish the day on a total of 96. If I've got my maths correct, which I think I do. So here we go for the Irish. Potentially they could still finish on 25 and on the podium. The worst score for them would be just having a little look, actually. The worst score would be 8 more. So 43. Mathilde Hughes, bravo. Miss Belgium the third is the anchor rider. 8 in the first round. So far, so good, Mathilde. Well done down the combination. Just be careful at this parallel. 3 fences left to jump. Scored 8 in round 1. So far, still clear in round 2. This is fabulous for the Irish. Brilliant news for them. And just like that, they're guaranteed a podium. Mathilde Hughes, bravo, delivers the clear. And finishes them on a score of 25. Then that, as I've mentioned, is guaranteed top 3. Germany can't overtake that. So that's what happens when you jump a clear, Mathilde. Mathilde Hughes, bravo, giving us another clear, 4 so far in this second round. Certainly, and they proved a little trickier than the first round. Who do we have next? Germany. Mette Demler riding can jump 2 as the last of the German team that at best can score 32.
For Germany.
They come back to the water. Still clear at the moment for Mette. In, over and out on the 4, so from Germany's perspective, just giving up a little bit more on their total. And there we have a very strong round, but it is a score of 4. Mette Demler and can jump 2. So Germany picking up 4 more. What does that do to their score? Of course, it has to count. 36 is where they'll finish today. Do we see Switzerland? I think we might well do, because I have a feeling they're going to want to try and jump for a double clear. Lorena Stella-Hari and Iya Borussia. The combination next up did go clear in the opening round. They'd like to try and finish this on a 0. There's the bell. So confirmation, in fact, on course is the Italian rider Martina Bianchi. Sorry, just catching that news up because Lorena Stellahuri, who was the last to go for Switzerland, elected to retire, knowing the team had already won the competition. But with these fences going down, or fence going down, it's 4 more for the Italians. So what does that do in terms of the final score? It means they come to the end on a score of 16 to take second place. But well done to the team for Switzerland. Here at home, it's been 2 Nations Cup wins today in the Zurich Youth Masters. This Children's Nations Cup of 2024 going the way of the Swiss quartet of Lorena Stellahuri, Annick Michel, Jordan Skarabarkov, and also Matilda Larsen. So congratulations to those 4 jockeys, of course, to their horses, their grooms, their trainers and more. It has been a brilliant day. Second on the podium will be the Italian team. Very well done to them. And also joining them on the podium, it is the Irish who have found their way into third. Brilliant performance, and of course what a season it's been on the FEI Jumping Youth Nations Cup. The final comes next in a few weeks' time. We'll be in Belgium in Lier, where the best youth from around the globe descend for that big final. So very excited for that one to come in the days ahead, weeks ahead, and we'll look forward to plenty more from the spectacular youth classes over the course of the winter season. But what a season it's been in the Nations Cup. I'm going to leave you with the presentation of awards and let you enjoy that. And thanks for tuning in to FEI TV.
FEI Jumping Nations Cup Youth unter dem Patronat des Flughafen Zürich, meine Damen und Herren, empfangen wir die siegreiche und die top-klassierten Equipen mit ihrem Applaus zur Preisverteilung. Sind wir noch nicht ganz vollzählig? Wir Mixstand. Zweiter Versuch, let's go, come in, Preisgeber. Unter dem Patronat des Flughafen Zürich. Meine Damen und Herren, herzlich willkommen zur Preisverteilung und zur Siegerehrung. Im Namen der Zurich Youth Masters 2024 bedanken wir uns auf das Herzlichste beim Flughafen Zürich für die großzügige Unterstützung des Zurich Youth Masters. Vielen, vielen Dank und diesen Dank richten wir persönlich an Frau Bettina Giger, Leiterin Sponsoring beim Flughafen Zürich, und ebenso begrüßen wir in unseren Reihen den Verwaltungsratspräsidenten der Flughafen Zürich AG, Herr Josef Felder. Frau Bettina Giger, Herr Josef Felder, herzlichen Dank für die Großzügigkeit und insbesondere auch herzlichen Dank, dass Sie sich die Zeit nehmen, um bei Ihrer Prüfung persönlich anwesend zu sein und das Preisgeld und die Glückwünsche der Flughafen Zürich AG persönlich zu überbringen. Vielen, vielen Dank, Bettina Giger, Josef Felder. Im Weiteren bedanken wir uns für die Paradedecken für die siegreichen Pferde bei Tommy Hilfiger Equestrian. Plaketten, eine Spende der Christian Cavell Management Service AG. Der Dank für die Schleife geht an Hypona, in den Dank eingeschlossen für die Ehrenpreise für die Reinzung Gottlieber Hüppen und Ehrenpreise für die Pferde bei Ihrem Porsche Zentrum in Winterthur. Diese Preisverteilung und Siegerehrung wird vorgenommen. Sie kennen bereits Frau Bettina Giger und Herr Josef Felder. Im Weiteren begrüßen wir den CEO von Swiss Equestrian, Herr Michel Sir, der Präsident des Organisationskomitees, Herr Yves von Balmus. Internationale Jury, die Glückwünsche werden überbracht von unserem Foreign Judge und gleichzeitig representing die FEI, Monsieur Patrick Chaubert. Sie allesamt sind begleitet von unserer charmanten und hübschen Ehrendame Siraina Loy. Vielen, vielen Dank. So bitte ich die Reiterinnen und Reiter, von ihren Pferden abzusteigen, Placement de Horse, und sich hinter dem Podium aufzustellen. Please get off your horse. So darf ich Ihnen die drittrangierte Equipe vorstellen. In third place mit 25 Punkten. Dann geht Ihr Applaus und die Gratulationen an das Team von James Kerman. Das ist Team Ireland. Den dritten Platz möglich gemacht haben Henry Sinnett, Rich Douglas Lady, Michelle Lennon, Anthem in My Heart, Ariel Allen, Candy Set und Mathilde Hughes Brauer mit Miss Belgian. Wir kommen zum zweiten Platz. In second place mit 16 Punkten nach beiden Umgängen das Team von Piero Quarta. Die Gratulationen für Team Italy! Gratulationen gehen an Cileva Arica, Burberry di Tendrix, Maila Manetti, Guidia Group, Jennifer, Cecilia Speranza, Ulem Grosse und Martina Bianchi mit Kaiser Kavat S. Und, meine Damen und Herren, wenn Sie sich bislang mit Ihrem Applaus zurückgehalten haben, so können Sie nun den Emotionen freien Lauf lassen. Wir gratulieren zum Sieg. Dafür notwendig 8 Punkte. Das Team von Koninot, die Gratulationen, Team Switzerland. Gratulationen Matilda Larsson, Dover, 9 Charles Scherbakow, Kim Kostry, Annik Michel, A priori Diefmann, Lorenz Della Hauri und Evo Russia. Meine Damen und Herren, mit viel Freude, mit Stolz und auch mit Respekt erheben wir uns alle von unseren Plätzen. Wir feiern den Schweizer Sieg mit unserer Schweizer Nationalhymne. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand if you can for the national anthem of Switzerland. Applaus Team Schweiz. Herzliche Gratulation zu diesem erneuten tollen Erfolg. Herzliche Gratulation. Kommen wir zu den Gratulationen zu den Preisübergaben. Dem Protokoll folgen als Vertreterin und Vertreter von Flughafen Zürich AG Bettina Giger, Leiterin Sponsoring, und der Präsident des Verwaltungsrats der Flughafen Zürich AG, Herr Josef Vetter. Gratulationen gehen an Team Ireland von James Kerman. Das dritten Schlussrang möglich gemacht haben Henry Sinnott, Rich Douglas Lady, Shalenen, Handsome in My Heart, Ariel Allen, Candy Saxon, Mathilde, Yus Bravo, Miss Bartschel. Gratulationen an die zweitrangierte Equipe aus Italien von Piero Quarta, Ginevra Arica, Burberry, de Terdrix, Ayla Manetti, Media Group, Jennifer, Cecilia Speranza, William Gross, Martina Bianchi, Kaiser Kavat S. Und die Preisübergabe für die siegreiche Equipe, angeführt von Chef-Equipe Conny Notz. Matilda Larsson mit Dover, Jordan Cherbakow, Dielsdorf-Zurich, Crescendo, Annie Michel, A priori Diefmann, Renas de la Hauri et Borussia. Gratulationen vom Flughafen Zürich, Bettina Giger, Leiterin Sponsoring, Josef Felder, Verwaltungsratspräsident der Flughafen Zürich AG. Gratulationen der internationalen Jury, gebracht von unserem Foreign Judge und Representative des FEI, Monsieur Patrick Chaubert. Hier aufschreibt, da braucht es nicht mehr viele Worte dazu. Lassen wir die Bilder ein wenig sprechen. Erlaube ich mir die Bemerkung, wenn ich meinen Tag Revue passieren lasse, so braucht sich der internationale Pferdesport überhaupt keine Sorgen zu machen, was die Zukunft dieser jungen Sportlerinnen und Sportler mit ihren tollen Pferden betrifft. Ein großes Kompliment und der herzlichste Dank allen, die diesen tollen Tag, diesem FEI Jumping Nations Cup Youth beschert haben. Vielen, vielen Dank. Gratulationen dem Foreign Judge und Vertreter internationalen Pferdesportverband, Monsieur Patrick Chaubert. Kommen wir nun zum Organisationskomitee, vertreten durch den Präsidenten Yves von Balmos, begleitet wie gewohnt von unserer sympathischen Dame Seraina Leun. Vielen Dank für deine Arbeit. Nochmals an die großzügigen Donatoren, Flughafen Zürich, der Dank geht auch an Tommy Hüpfiger Kästrien, Christian Kaven Management, an Hypona, Gottlieb Hüppen und Porsche Zentrum in Witterberg. Die Gratulationen des Organisationskomitees, gemacht von unserem Chef. Und begrüßen wir als nächsten Vertreter den CEO von Swiss Equestrian, Michel Sir. Herzlichen Dank für deine Zeit, lieber Michel. Und da darf man sich sehr wohl mal in die Arme nehmen. Herr Wolfgang Vogelig, habt ihr euch verdient? Die Gratulationen, CEO und wie immer noch ein gemeinsames Bild aller Beteiligten. Vertreter vom Flughafen Zürich, Bettina Giger, Josef Felder, der CEO Swiss Equestrian, Michel Sir, Organisationskomitee, internationale Jury und Ehrendame alle strahlen um die Wette. Stupia.com, das Team Stupia, die schönsten Bilder macht von unserem Event, von Ihnen und Ihren Lieblingen beim Sport. Vielen Dank. Das ist, meine Damen und Herren, Preisverteilung und Siegerehrung. Wir gratulieren nochmals Team Schweiz, Team Italien, Team Ireland und auf ihren Pferden wieder Platz nehmen. Wir nehmen uns die Zeit, um Danke zu sagen beim Flughafen Zürich, bei Bettina Giger und Josef Felder. Wir bedanken uns beim CEO von Swiss Equestrian, Michel Sor. Ebenso bei Tommy Hilfiger Equestrian, bei Christian Cavell Management and Service AG, Hypona, der Dank an Gott, lieber Hüppen, bei Ihrem Porsche-Zentrum in Winterthur und einfach alle Donatoren, Partner und Sponsoren unseres Zurich Youth Masters 2024. Reiterinnen und Reiter haben auf ihren Pferden wieder Platz genommen. Und ja, meine Damen und Herren, es ist Tradition, dass wir auf der Ehrenrunde den verdienten Applaus spenden unter den Klängen des traditionellen Zürich Sexy Lütermarsch, Wunsch unseres OK-Präsidenten. Ihr Applaus ist Ehrensache. Let's go! Und da kommen sie, Team Schweiz. Auf den Fersen Team Italy. And congratulations Team Ireland. Nice to have you all here. Und weil es so schön ist, gleich noch einmal. Meine Damen und Herren, Preisverteilung und Siegerehrung unter dem Patronat des Flughafens Zürich. Herzlichen Dank für Ihren Support. Bleiben Sie hier, in wenigen Augenblicken fahren wir sportlich weiter.